And now for more on the latest situation in the Middle East, we're joined today by Dr. Hassan Geon, visiting professor at the Institute of Middle East Studies at Hankuk University of Foreign Studies. Professor Geon, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
So Trump has reportedly sent changes to the proposed deal made by Iran. While Iran says Trump is stalling talks with excessive demands, what does this suggest about the prospects for peace talks?
Yeah, actually, the fact that Trump is sending back or didn't sign for that ceasefire agreement and he's sending for changes does not mean that negotiations are failing or collapsing, but it means it's entering a more difficult phase. The key issue here is no longer whether both sides want this ceasefire deal, or the issue is whether they would agree on the concessions, the sequencing of the concessions. So politically, this means that the United States is using delay as a leverage, and Trump wants to show that he's in no hurry to accept a weak and fragile deal, while Tehran also wants to frame this delay as the United States' fault, the United States' bad faith and excessive demands. So I think the negotiation is still alive, but it's still fragile, and the most likely outcome coming out of this, there will be another postpone and another phase of talk. So opening a new space for talk again, not reaching a whole agreement, ending every thing, which is like sanctions and missiles and regional proxies. No, I don't think so. I think it's just opening for next phase of talk.
I see. And U.S. officials have earlier said that a potential deal would include Iran's commitment to give up its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Would giving up that uranium cross a red line for Tehran?
Yes, actually, this would be particularly similar, like crossing a red line for Iran. Because for Iran, giving up the uranium stockpile entirely, especially under United States pressure, would look like a surrender after war. And this touches a very sensitive issue inside Iran, like sovereignty and regime prestige, strategic deterrence. So Iran supreme leader has actually direct orders that the uranium should not leave the country. So, but there is a possible diplomatic compromise here. Iran may reach a technical deal, like dilution of this enriched uranium or international monitoring. Of course, this will be in exchange for a sanction relief or security guarantees. So the red line here is not the enriched uranium itself. It's the humiliation, and Iran would not accept any deal that looks like a surrender in front of their own people.
And while that's happening, the U.S. Defense Chief, Pete Hegseth, says the United States is more than capable of resuming war with Iran. So how real do you think is the risk of renewed escalation?
This is a typical response of United States Secretary Hegseth, because when he says he's more than capable of resuming attacks, he's using pressure, leverage on Iran. He's showing that the United States is willing to resume attacking or striking Iran. The danger here is miscalculation. Like both sides are negotiating from under live fire pressure now. So it's a very actually unique situation, because usually when we have diplomacy, we don't have a military. But in this situation right now, Iran and the United States are moving together with a live fire threat with diplomacy. So if Iran believes the United States is bluffing, it may delay its decision. If the United States believes Iran is buying time, it may strike again. So United States here wants a deal. It can present as a strategic victory to the world. Iran also wants a deal that will end all its hardship, like sanction and preservation of regime dignity, and therefore renewed escalation might be possible, especially through these limited strikes like now.
All right, and Israel says it seized a strategic castle in Lebanon during the deepest incursion into the country in over a quarter of a century. Right, where's the conflict between Lebanon and Hezbollah heading?
This is the real thing here. The Lebanon front is moving in a very dangerous direction. Israel is no longer like acting on self-defense on the border. It's trying to control territories and trying to gain more territories on the southern Lebanon. Netanyahu ordered troops to move on to farther deeper in Lebanon, and they seized the strategic fort, Tatabe Fort Castle, and they moved from Litani to Zaharani River. It's really like a big deal, and more than 1.2 million people are like displaced since the beginning of this year, and people are reporting also that the Israeli army military is like demolishing whole cities with intention. So this conflict is heading towards like a very prolonged war of attrition between Israel and Hezbollah. And we see that Israel now wants to degrade Hezbollah. If Hezbollah cannot surrender because his foundation is based on resistance in the southern Lebanon. So if he leaves this resistance, he doesn't have any rule anymore. And the weakest party here is the Lebanese state. They don't know what to do with Hezbollah, and they don't have the power to resist the military attack of Israel. So Lebanon front here is becoming like a pressure valve of the war between U.S., Iran, and Israel.
I see. All right, Professor Geon, thank you so much for your time and insight this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.